Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, and I did not go and finish the quest because we have talking to do and we have cutscenes, and I want all of you to join with us. So we are going to go into the Citadel and talk to people because talking is fun, more or less. My favorite conversation was, I think it was last episode, with talking with Manago. Maybe, I don't know. It was close to one. I have to remember which one was my favorite. It was recent though. A middle-aged paladin with a genial face offers you a guarded greeting. His sparse gray hair stands in fuzzy tufts on his head, giving him a distinctly unwarlike appearance. The ever-bright Crusaders have arrived to defend Dresden. My name is C.R. Copeland, and I am their commander. Queen Galfrey is gathering the main attack forces in Nerosian. She ordered us to replenish the losses suffered in Canabras and come here. We will support your troops. Good. A tall, dark-eyed lad is standing behind CR. He passionately echoes CR's words. We are ready to go to the front immediately. Allow us to be at the spear of the attack. The old crusader calls the young man to order. More vague. Don't speak unless spoken to. Don't worry, no one will be defeating any demons without you. CR smiles kindly and tussles the boy's hair. Who have you brought with you? Did you fight in Canabras? How are things there? Great, you will be serving under my command. Who have you brought with you? Everbright Crusaders mainly, but we have a lot of volunteers who joined us. Those who arrived at the Queen's call but didn't want to sit in Nerosian waiting for the main army to set off. All the hotheads know that the front is here. CR nods at the boy behind him, the one who's eager to fight. We picked up this one too. He walked to Canabras with an old sword in his hand and a few copper coins in his pocket. He was going to keep walking to kill the demons, and then he would probably have laid siege to Threshold, no doubt. The boy's cheeks go pink at the old man's gentle mockery, but he continues to stare ahead resolutely and boldly. Okay, proper soldier. Did you fight in Canabras? How are things there? Not personally, no. The Queen summoned me and the bulk of our order to Nerosian. Almost all those who remained behind in Canabras died, and the ones that didn't were disorganized and leaderless. But the order did not perish. New volunteers have been pouring into our ranks. We are licking our wounds. Canabras is rebuilding. Life wins out. People are coming from all over Avestan to help. Many are joining up with the Crusaders, just as it happened back in the First Crusade. Great, you'll be serving under my command. CR's mouth flattens into a hard line and he gives you a stern look. You can see the seasoned warrior hiding behind the grandfatherly guise. That is out of the question. We know about your powers, and that is why we don't trust you. What's more, I'm convinced you are an enemy of the Crusaders. You will reveal your true nature sooner or later. Oh, so this is what happens when you go all lich. Now I'm thinking about going Angel Mythic Path with Azric first, just to see what happens when you're good, and then go into Demon afterwards. We'll see. The Queen ordered us to help you hold the city, and so we will, but she didn't say a word about us personally obeying your orders. The Everbright Crusaders will act independently. Good. You should not see me as an enemy. Lawful. I am the commander. You must obey me. True. Evil, you fool. I will do without you, or maybe I should execute you to make your knights more amenable. No, I don't want to just execute him. Why are you deciding for everyone? Maybe the other knights don't share your fears. I am the commander. You must obey me. I'm going to go the good route in this case because this seems so... I prefer, and Varionel is more actions than words. Obviously, I'm the commander. This screams a little childish to me. You must obey me. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, why are you deciding for everyone? Maybe the other knights don't share your fears. That's also an option, the chaotic option. You should not see me as an enemy. Let's see what about that. Let's see this one. I like this one too. CR's eyes narrow in suspicion. Want to sow seeds of discord in our ranks, do you? It won't work. My fighters don't just obey me, they trust me. If I tell them to have nothing to do with you, they'll avoid you like the plague. You perform an action of... Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so it looks like we can manage some Crusade affairs because we do have some missions, and Erebeth is right here, so we can give Erebeth her sword. That's nice. Who else is in here so we can talk to him? There's this entire Citadel area. There's no items left in here, so let's talk to Erebeth and give her back her sword. Erebeth's eyes are vacant. Her thoughts are clearly somewhere far away. Seeing you, though, she snaps to attention. Hail, Commander. Give the solemn hour to Erebeth. Got some good experience. Praise I Amade. Erebeth takes the sword as gently as it were a living creature and sheaves it in the scabbard. I don't know what to say. I'm forever indebted to you. I never thought I'd get my sword back. Good. Oh, and we got a lot of gold, thankfully. That's good. Please allow me to reward you, and please no objection. I can never replace this sword. I shall never part with it again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I needed that. We need to talk about what happened during the attack on Dresden. No, we don't. Or do we? My behavior was unworthy of a knight, even less a commander. How can I lead the soldiers when I was sitting around while the others shed their blood? Under the circumstances, leaving my position will be tantamount to desertion. Still, as your advisor, I strongly recommend you release me from my position as head of the order. Strip me of my knighthood and send me to serve in the Condemned. The Condemned is a military unit made up of petty criminals conscripted as disposable soldiers. Nah, we're not going to send you there. Few deserve these titles more than you. Don't blame yourself. Under the circumstances, you did everything Diplomacy. Who will lead the Eagle Watch then? You know I have no one to replace you. That's not true. That suggestion is no better than desertion, except you want me to take responsibility for it. I don't want to hear it. Join the ranks, knight, and fight as you swore to do. No, except you want me to take responsibility for it. I guess you're right. You really aren't much use. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone to replace you right now. This isn't technically. It might. I don't know who's. Because Sela's not ready. She's not ready to be the leader. And Anivia, I need Anivia for more roguish activities. So, in a way, I guess. The Eagle Watch, my pride, my creation. How could I ever think of giving it up? How many cultists have we destroyed, and how many remain right under our noses? The half-orc salutes you sharply. For a moment, you once again see the Erebeth who is ready to protect the defender's heart to her dying breath. Thank you for still trusting me, more than anyone else does in this crusade, even more than I trust myself. And we got experience. Battered spirit. Okay, we talked to Erebeth. Okay, we can go now. Issue an order that will allow Erebeth to spend more time. Orders to Erebeth. Okay, so now we can manage to Seraphina Whisper. It's supposed to be Whisper Leaf. I didn't notice that they cut off the F. I don't know why they put a character limit. Oh, so now we can just go and send the army off like this. So now they switched it up. Now they put it more like this, which is okay. Now that you have captured Dresden, new options for the Crusade have become available to you. You can now construct buildings and forts in Dresden, issue decrees, and capture and investigate new regions. Both mercenary and trainable units will appear at the commander's headquarters in Dresden. The demon armies will try to take Dresden from you, destroy them, or else after 7 days of siege, Dresden will be completely blockaded by enemy forces, and you will no longer be able to command the Crusade. To access the Crusade management menu, click the button in the bottom right corner of the screen on the global map. Developing each of the Crusade stats opens up new options that empower your armies and economy. Military focus on drilling and training units. Recruit both trainable and mercenary units to improve the rank of your military stat. Logistics focuses on economy and construction. Construct buildings to improve the rank of your logistics stat. Diplomacy focuses on establishing contacts with mercenaries and foreign nations. Enhance the significance of the Crusade by earning resources of all types to improve the rank of your diplomacy stat. Leadership focuses on morale and army generals. Win battles and level up your generals to improve the rank. Once the rank up requirements for one of the Crusader stats have been met, you will unlock the corresponding decree. Your military campaign will require finance points, material points, and energy points. Material points are used primarily for building construction, so that's what it was needed. We needed those. Energy points are used for recruitment of mythic units and completion of certain decree. I like mythic units. You gain new resource points each day, prevailing over demon armies in battle and constructing certain building. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, necromancy. Armies get a replenishment of skeletons and zombies equal to value of killed enemies divided by 275 after a victory. The cost of recruiting mercenary units increases by 100%. Recruitment growth for trainable units reduces by 50%. So mercenary units are what cost more, but it's the same amount for other stuff. Okay, let's look and see what this. The problem with 9 lives. The quartermasters brought cats to Dresden so that they would keep the stores safe from rats. Smaller demons have learned to assume the form of a cat to sneak into the city and wreak havoc. The soldiers are ready to start hunting cats, but the quartermasters are against it. Make a decision. Leave the cats be and exercise vigilance. Choice effects. Get rid of the cats. This option is unavailable because you did not choose the path of the trickster. Ask the cult of Bastet for help. We're not going to ask a cult. Just get rid of the cats. And you can do other ways to do that. And these are the choice effects. Add 4,500 leadership experience points. Deducts 1,500 logistic points. Leave the cats. 4,500. Unlocks the blessing of Bastet. Decree, what is that? Energy points income increases by 5. I don't even know who Bastet is. We're going to get rid of the cats. The commander soldiers have caught all the cats and sent them to Medev so the army can breathe easily. However, rats now ruin supplies on a regular basis. Priests of various faiths are asking the commander to banish the followers of a small sect that believe in the imminent demise of Galarian. These doomsayers scorn the gods with their words and demand that everyone bow down before the inevitable end. Bow down to who? Send the sectarians on suicide missions. Adds 3,000 military experience. Silence the sectarians. Permit the sectarians to preach. Crusade morale reduces by 30. Recruitment growth. We're not going to do that. Reconcile the sectarians with other priests. Crusade morale increases. And it's a good condition. Energy points income increases by 3 for 30 days. It is a good option. I don't particularly like doing good options, but if we can reconcile it, I guess it would make sense. I am a leader. Reconcile the sectarians with other priests. Upon hearing that Sociel, an adept theologian, had to say, the sectarians spoke with the clergy and reached a certain consensus. They agreed to be more discreet. After all, the end of the world is coming either way, so there is no reason to crawl on its brink. Okay. You can only have one of your decrees issued for each of the crusade stats at any given time. Each decree has a cost and a completion time. Some decrees can only be issued once. Others have a repeat time, which is displayed in the decree description window. Your progress in crusade management unlocks certain special decrees. A stat rank up decree becomes available upon meeting specific rank up requirements. A relic upgrade decree, which turns a relic into a powerful artifact for your party to use, becomes available when you obtain a suitable relic. That's nice. I need to do my journal. Tolerance of faiths. Energy points has increased. So these are, okay. All of these different decrees. Let's go into the relic. Oh, Soul Shear, the stuff, something that we're using right now. I definitely want to increase Soul Shear because I'm using that weapon right now. That would be nice. The fate of the crest of the fallen knight. A skilled craftsman do some work on the relic. We don't have enough resources for that. We need to get more material points. And the mythic points or whatever the energy points. I think that's what it is. Erebeth's breakdown, which occurred before the assault on Dresden, still haunts her mind. She should be reminded that she was, is, and will always be a hero in the eyes of the soldiers by appointing her as commander of a small squad of Crusaders. Unfortunately, because Erebeth is occupied as squad leader, her duties in the Crusades command have to be transferred to someone else. Erebeth has been appointed squad commander in the Vanguard. Required military. Yeah, sure. Studying the Sword of Valor. The Sword of Valor, the great relic of the Crusades, mysteriously changed upon coming into contact with the commander. What does this mean? Clerics and wizards could shed some light. Could do that. Outpost to Bastion expansion. We still don't have resources for that. By upgrading an outpost to a bastion, the commander will expand its territory for buildings as well as allow the construction of advanced structures. I definitely need to do that. So now we have rank up missions. Forming a logistic council. The success of military action depends on regular supply of everything troops need and a judicious distribution of resources. The logistic council, made up of experienced officers, will ensure there is no chaos. Okay. And then diplomatic council. I already have a decree for that. So issue decree for logistics. Issue decree for diplomatic. And that's pretty much it. Now we can go on. This is a big map. This is bigger than Kingmaker, as it should be. Gargoyle Canyon. I do need to get back to Canabras. Okay, so this is what I wanted to do. Amplify resistance. All units in the target army gain +5 plus mythic rank divided by 2. Bonus on all saving throws. It's still a weak army. Crusader army, the one that we had. Is this the new army with our skeletons and stuff? 600. Good. I'm gonna put them with this army. So this is Dresden. Travel. Perfect. Just have them here. Wait. I'll have these. Good. So this is a level 7 army. So I might be able to use this army to go all the way here and fight this one, since these are skeletons too. And the question is, skeletons have scimitar, the zombies have a club. I want to have some archers, so I'm going to test this army out. It can barely move, so I can fight this demon army times 60. Then we have this level 5 army. I do want to recruit some more units, so that way I can send this army over here so I can get the belt of giant strength +4 and put that in the army. That's going to be very useful. So that's what I'm going to aim for. Unit types. Now you need your own infrastructure to hire trainable units. To recruit infantry units, build the main barracks. To recruit range units, build the main shooting range. To recruit cavalry units, build the main stables. You still have access to mercenary units. These arrive in Dresden every week. The base stats of mercenary units are better than those of trainable units, but mercenaries require more resources and can only be recruited as a group in its entirety. If you're not satisfied with the mercenaries that have arrived in a given week, you can search for new units. The number of times you can search for free per week is limited, but can be increased in time. Okay. We don't need this Crusader army. What is this? Mounted scouts. What am I supposed to do with some scouts? I don't need scouts. These are still cheap. 650. Oh, no. No. I need to switch these. Not this army. This army. Perfect. We can recruit into this army. No. Oh, I have to recruit them in here. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay, go. Perfect. Now I can recruit. And then we can switch. Okay. 650 recruit. Okay, so now I can get more clerics which we definitely need clerics. I want the knights too, but we'll get some clerics. Costs a lot of money, but it's okay. I can't. We do have a lot of money. Okay, so this army, I think this army can go and take this demon army out. It's level 6, but I just don't know how strong they are. Or we can fight this demon army, and we'll get some energy points, which will be useful. But I'd rather just wait a little bit before we do any of this stuff and see what happens after we talk to more people, sell some stuff. But it's nice. I'm liking it more. We talked to Irabeth. Now we just have to open up our journal and see what's left. So, Warstone Legacy, the Outcast. We need to wait for Kalissa's schemes to come to fruition. It's not going to hurt us. The Secrets of Creation. The Dragon's Fate. Find something that once belonged to Terendelev. Terendelev's skill sheds some light on the fate of the protector of Canabras, but much remains unknown. To learn the full story, find something else that belonged to Terendelev. I don't think I can do this unless I just find something, because I already used that, so that's unfortunate, because I already used our second skill to raise dead. Search for traces for unusual. Oh yeah, we're gonna do the Vescavor thing, so I'm gonna have to open the map. Find missing crusaders, talk to the bounty hunter in the tavern. Given their lack of experience in dragon hunting, issue an order that will allow Irabeth to spend more time. I did issue that degree, so that's good. More than nothing, we still have to wait before we do that. Crescent of the Abyss, we have to wait for that. Middle game. Okay, so we already did the staff council. We need to build the stables. I'm going to order a relic to be created eventually, and then we're going to do the Vescavors as well. Notes for the storyteller. We're going to head back to the Great Garrison. We'll see if that's on our way. So I think now we're going to head to the tavern, and then we'll come back. Okay, I like this setup. I guess they realized, hey, this place is big. So, okay, we're not going to have you walking around everywhere trying to figure out where to go. So, we are going to let you pick, and there are a lot of places to pick. You got the inn, it's different from the tavern. Before, there wasn't a different in Kingmaker. Fortress Gates, I'm guessing that's going to help you just get out of the city, but we're going to the tavern, and apparently we can just go into the streets and do the Vescavor thing, so that'll be great. But first we got to talk to the little person wherever he is. I know he's a dwarf, so I'm just looking for a dwarf. Ooh, fire the tavern keeper. I might can sell some stuff. The boy sitting on the counter looks about 18. He salutes you with dignity. Though his eyes scarcely rise from the tavern's ledger, the knight commander at my establishment. What an honor. My name is Phi Keto. I'm the owner. Keto, that name sounds familiar. I'm the owner of the Half Measure. How should I address you? I ask because some don't like undue familiarity, while others scoff at the tediousness of ceremony and titles. By my title, Knight Commander or simply Commander. I'm not sure, Commander. You can call me the Armored Armadillo for all I care. Nah, you may call me by my name. Deal. I know your name, of course. Who in Dresden doesn't? So what can I do for you? Wine, a meal, a heart-to-heart talk? Let me see what you have on offer. Okay, so I can sell some stuff to him. How is it that such a young lad owns a tavern? The Half Measure is a strange name for a tavern. Why do you like sitting on the counter? What's the feeling here in the city? What are your... I might do this off camera. I have to go. Just to find out more about him later, but right now we must find the drawer. We got a peasant. Even the tavern's bigger than the old tavern. Yeah, this is a city. They did some good stuff. Is this him, Greyboar? Who are you? You tried to kill the huge demon at the Battle of Dresden, but you failed. What happened? I want to hire you for a Dragonaut. That is cheap to me. 2,500 gold. Cheap, cheap, cheap. But I'm going to see if I can get a discount because I always try to get the discount. He is right. He is right. Okay. Is there a Demon's Citadel? So does he become a character? Oh, he's a temporary character. Oh, that's interesting. I can level up. He doesn't become mythic or anything like that. Identifies belt of dragon strength, amulet of natural. Wait, when did we get a belt? Or does he have the belt of giant strength? Oh, he does have the belt of giant strength. +4. Okay. He's a dual wielder. Dwarven war axe +3 and a crushing coat. Okay, he comes proper. What is he, a rogue? He's a slayer. Ooh, that's nice. What's his stats? Because I'll probably leave land out. Sneak attack. Norgaber. We'll probably keep land. We'll probably leave Azric out. And I don't want to keep on switching out equipment. So I'm going to keep all the good equipment on him. Finian. We'll keep Finian on him anyway. I kind of want to take Finian with us. So I might not have. I want to test out the animal companions. So probably leave Azric out. Take Finian with us. Because I just want to keep Finian with us. Since he's another companion. Take Azric out. We'll keep Seraphina. And then we're going to take. Yeah, we'll take Erlis too. Because we do have to get rid of this wisdom damage. It can be helped by resting, but we'll see. So I'm going to take him with us. And then before we leave, I do need to sell some stuff and get some more equipment. And then we'll come back. Okay, we are back. And we have found the Vescivore swarm. And luckily it was in the city. Unfortunately, we have enemies to kill. And we are by ourselves. If I knew this before going in here, I would have switched. But we did get some health. I would have buffed myself if I knew this was. I guess this is the perfect time to summon a Fallen. So that way we can kill more units. I don't know exactly what a Fallen is. And the next. Oh, I need to get skill focus on. I do want to get the Quicken spell meta magic, but that will probably have to wait. So I'm gonna move over here. And now we have our fallen in here. It is a skeleton, so maybe it's alright. I'm gonna do point blank shot so I can get that bonus. Maybe they can't attack. I'm getting healing. Oh, I get fast healing because I'm inside the city. That's great. So I'm gonna haste everyone. Oh, I should have did that. I should have moved closer. I'm not gonna loot yet. I'll attack that later. Good. It's immune to the Vescivore swarm, and the AI is not smart enough. Oh, okay. The Vescivore swarm could attack those. So I'm just gonna use this opportunity to buff myself. I could Eyes of Bodak them, but get Vampiric Blade. And let my units deal with them. This is the best way to do this. Okay, great. Now I can attack. Repurpose. I'm going to save Repurpose. I'm going to save all my level 5 spells because Repurpose is going to be great. To force the target's blood to overflow, that's not going to work. So, perfect. They were killed off. Good. So now I can loot the place. I'm going to buff and then we'll come back. Okay, I'm buffed up. I have my skeleton with me. And let's kill some Vescivores. If things get too dicey, we still have I don't know what we have. Well, we can still do some summons, so it's okay. This will have to get close. We can't magic missile it, so I guess we're gonna have to wait. Oh, Bone Shaker. I don't think Bone Shaker is gonna affect it because spells with a target. Yeah, so I could charge it since. Okay. I probably should have hasted like before the battle. But I did find out that there was a new spell that I had. All of my spells aren't on here. I can siphon time. If I move right here, I can siphon time. I can slow them and haste all of my allies. So they're slowed. More attacks. Good. I'm getting healed. I got temporary hit point. Dead. Murder. Murder. I'm glad that I have companion. Oh no, they're not that strong. I'm assuming Azure could take them out if he makes his saves. Uh if I get a lockpick it's 20%. If only I had thievery on this one. We're gonna try it. Can't pick locks. Does that use my lockpick? I don't think we can actually. Oh no, we're in a house, so I can't pick the lock. So, and I'm not gonna break it because some good stuff is probably gonna be missed from there. And I don't have bull strength myself. What is this? A quarterstaff, but we don't use quarterstaff. Luckily for us, we have not the marksman. In fact, did we use the Cat's Grace? We had a Cat's Grace potion, but I don't think potions affect this one. We do have a potion of Reduce Person, so we can use that. Feather Step, Bear's Endurance, Bull Strength, Bark Skin. Oh, I guess we don't. Well, that's fine. We'll wait. I can just use this scroll then. Okay, so I'm going to finish buffing because we have more buffing to do. Okay, so the Vescivore Queen was right here. We just didn't see it. The engorged body of the young queen of the swarm pulses, oozing corrosive slime. In her buzzing, you hear the barely distinguishable echoes of the now familiar swarm song. Her voice is not yet strong enough to harm you, but it is patently clear that if the creature is permitted to grow and her children to multiply, then soon an anthem of abyssal insects will be humming in the skies above Dresden. So a baby queen. What shall we do? Obviously, we're not going to kill it. We're going to examine it. The errand is complete. This creature is very young and for now utterly defenseless. Her weak chittering causes not madness, but only vague unease. The eggs in the clutch can be counted on 2 hands, and the translucent chitin covering her body is so delicate that it could be crushed under your boot. But who knows how quickly she will grow, and how much time she will need to repeat in Dresden the nightmare that befell you during the attack. Okay. So now we can leave. The young queen of the Vescivores quietly chirrups on as you walk away. Perfect. We'll come back here. Because I might do a what if saga. We'll see. I have to see. Time to move outside. Okay, now we can go hunt a dragon. Since we did that, that was easy. Okay, did we find the dragon? What funny little faces you have. Is Devara the dragon? Level 25 dragon. Skeletal marksman. I think we kind of messed up because we don't have Seraphina with us, and Seraphina is the one that has protection against fire, and it does fire damage. That's an issue. Is it an evil dragon? Chaotic evil dragon. Okay. I think just to start off with, I'm going to animate dead just so they can distract the dragon. So if it's going to breathe fire, it will give us some time to not... I'm curious, is this the dragon? Dragon hunt. Bounty hunter in the tower. Doesn't give us the name. Okay, that's fine. It has spell resistance too, which is going to be a problem. Drink my dexterity mutagen. And then we're gonna be separate because I don't want to be anywhere near. I guess if I was hunting a dragon, I shouldn't. I did bring all these other characters who's not a part of Alpha Squad just because I did want to have that option. Oh snap! Is Land dead? I didn't know it was gonna. I didn't know that. I didn't know it did all of that. When used against an enemy, this spell one creature within medium range. I'm gonna have to haste everyone. So everyone can... Oh, Darren's not... Oh, snap. I wish I knew that. Okay. So we're going to get healing on and we're going to get justice. Did it just cast displacement on itself? I can't send her. She's going to just die. And I can't just summon a creature yet. Oh, actually I can. I'm pretty sure I got the summon nature. I got raised animal companion. Oh, I must have not arrested because I do not have animal growth yet. So I think we do need a rest. I didn't expect this creature to come out of nowhere and attack us. Let's call lightning at us. We probably can't. Oh, we did some damage to it. Devar is probably going to be our most troubled enemy. Can we greater command it? Greater command. Oh, great. We can use it like regular command. It has an option. Oh, we failed to overcome the... It did a lot of damage to us. And we were given the option to make this character a mythic hero. I probably would be good to dispel so I did give him the ability to but it's not giving him the ability. When he misses, his attacks do damage. Yeah, he's dead. I do not have the ability to... I could summon a creature temporarily. I do need a mastery of flesh, and then I'm gonna have him cast animate dead if possible. And then we'll raise him from the dead afterward. But right now we need Darren up. If I knew he was dead, I would have brought him. I'm not gonna get in there either, cause this creature is busted. I'm gonna just bull strength Solus. Why won't you just accept your fate and become my dinner? I'll eat you all soon enough. Yes, the world is ending. Oh, I can't even raise dead. Luckily, I bought those raised dead scrolls. Okay, so this dragon's for real. I need Alpha Squad minus land, unfortunately, to fight this dragon. So now I have to go all the way back. I went dragon hunting. I dry brought this person. This person's weak. So I'm gonna replace him because I'm gonna need Azric. Raise him from the dead. Okay, I'm gonna heal and then we'll come back. Okay, now we have made it back and our little missions are done. So now we just have to talk to our new council that we have organized. And then bring Alpha Squad. -1 because we need the... I don't know if we even need this guy. But he's good. He's a dual wielder. I kind of want to keep land. I'll have to think. Updating equipment. You have the item Awakened Driftwood in your inventory, which is significantly better than the item Soul Shear. It is not. Before you stands a tall, fit man whose dark hair is already tinged with gray. He greets you with a brisk military salute. My name is Captain Silkind. I command the vanguard of a mercenary group called the Blackstone Company. We've come from Andoran to assist you. I want to know more about your unit. The Blackstone Company is proud to be recognized as one of the finest Andoran mercenary regiments. We're not a bunch of unscrupulous sellswords looking to oppress the innocent and serve the tyrants of the world. No, we're adventurers eager to get involved in a dangerous enterprise and leave it with pockets full of gold and a clear conscience. Which is why we held a vote among our unit. We are glad to accept Queen Galfrey's invitation to join the Crusade, though some of our commanders did voice their displeasure with the sum she offered. But like I said, we Andorans are free people who cannot be pushed around and who cannot be bought, only convinced. I want to know more about you. No, not really. Get on with your duties. Go away. I'll make do with that. Why do you join up with us? Queen Galfrey paid for our services, but please do not think we're fighting for gold alone. We are true sons and daughters of Andoran, so the ideals of equality and resisting and saving ring true in our hearts. We will be glad to stand in the way of demons who seek to force mortal kind into bondage. The bulk of our company make camp in Nerosian, but the vanguard, consisting of our finest soldiers, if I may add, was put under your command. Get on with your duties. Yes, sir. Glad to be under your command. Captain Silkind salutes you again, smiles, and adds in a softer voice, it will be an honor to serve with you, Commander. If you have any questions, let me know. If you need to talk, I'll be happy to lend an ear. The grim voice of Zacharias the Lich suddenly booms inside your mind. Student, you have proven yourself a worthy crusader. To defeat the demons in this war, you have fearlessly sought the secrets of death. Your determination deserves respect. Now we can proceed with your great transformation into a lich. For that, I shall need a suitable laboratory where I can scrutinize and condition your spiritual body in solitude, preparing it for rebirth. As for you, you will need a palace from which you will rule over legions of the dead. Give the order to erect a ziggurat in Dresden. Okay, every necromancer worth their salt needs a ziggurat. It serves as a laboratory in which to pursue scientific and whatever. Zacharias' imperious voice betrays a hint of vanity. It must be an imposing building, one worthy of receiving me as its guest. This is where you will discover eternal life. If the need arises to demolish a few buildings for the construction, ensure that they are located far enough away from the squalor of the slums. I do not wish for my ingredient stores to be ravaged by rats. Evil. I'll demolish each and every house in Dresden if I have to. I need the power you promised. As you wish, Master Zacharias. Nah. You're just the okay, in terms of master, in terms of being taught stuff from, sure. I'm leading a war, soldiers' lives are depending on me. I'll take care of this matter as soon as I can. I won't be taking orders from you, Lich. I'll do as I see fit. As you wish, I'll demolish each and every house in Dresden if I have to. I need the power you promised. Nah, I'll see it done. Usually I pick the alignment options, but I like that option more. That's more suited. Do not let me down, student. Here's Ninio. Oh, I thought that was Linio. I saw a fox head. Lady Konomi, a sharp-looking kitsune, gives you a quick business-like bow. Commander, the matters before us are urgent, so let's not stand on ceremony. I am Lady Konomi, the official attaché of Neurosian. Here are my credentials. She presents a scroll adorned with Galfrey's seal. Her Majesty has instructed me to lead your headquarters diplomatic council. Honestly, I was surprised when Lady Konome asked me to join this council, but I will do my best to fill the shoes of a trained diplomat. Yeah, strange. I got invited to the council too. I'm sure foreign ambassadors will be thrilled to see my face and my manners. Lady Konome, you haven't mistaken me for some other Crusader land, have you? Like many nobles, have been trained in diplomacy, and in fact, I hold the title of royal emissary. It is passed down the Arende line. I must say that prior to this day, I employed my diplomatic skills solely to undermine Mendev international reputation. It is time to break that habit. I imagine preventing international scandals will be just as interesting as causing them. Who knows, I might even enjoy it. I have a question about the composition of his council. What's the diplomatic council and why do I need it? To solve matters of politics, of course. The Crusade is more than just battles and sieges. It is the largest military project in all of Aveston, funded by the treasuries of more than a dozen major powers, and each one of those powers, in addition to seeking victory over the demons, also pursues its own goals. The diplomatic council will manage this tangle of political interests and prevent the Crusade from losing the favor of influential benefactors, and while we're at it, ensure that Neurosian remains satisfied with the state of affairs. After all, for the last 100 years, the entirety of Mendevian politics has revolved around the Crusades in some shape or form. That is why the capital has sent me here, to observe, offer suggestions, and keep the diplomatic situation under control. I see. You've been sent to keep an eye on me. Maybe. Tell me more about the Royal Council. What is it? I have a question about the composition. Let's just throw this out there and see what happens. Whatever gave you that idea, Commander? I'm not an overseer. I'm your loyal advisor. I do not intend to meddle in the way you run things, just consult with you in cases where the price of error is too high. Put your trust in me and we'll get along swimmingly. After all, none of us here want to see Chiliax and Druma at each other's throats, trying to settle their dispute by using their influence on us as political leverage. Am I wrong? And I doubt you would like it is if we made enemies in the ranks of Neurosian nobility who would attempt to undermine your war effort. This won't happen as long as you trust my experience. We'll see. We'll listen to you. Don't care about the Royal Council. Don't care about the composition. What's on the council's agenda today? I hate to say it, Commander, but not everyone in Nerosian is pleased with your progress. Some believe that, to use their words, you are out of control and fancy yourself as an independent leader. I am an independent leader. It wouldn't surprise me if you encountered supply disruptions in the near future. I have undead. No one cares. I would suggest quelling their anger. Show the capital you haven't forgotten about the chain of command. For example, you could hold a parade in honor of Her Majesty. Nah. If we need to demonstrate that we're keeping Nerosian in mind, why don't we invite the capital's high priest to Dresden for a religious festival? That sounds more reasonable. It'll be appropriate, and the church's support will shield us from the accusations of schemers. Pander to the naysayers? I think not. I propose we hold a parade in your honor. Ooh, I like that one the most. This is your victory, and if Cousin Galfrey wants to show off in front of the soldiers, she's welcome to capture something of her own. Land's eyes flashed with anger. Are they out of their mind? We've got a whole Dresden full of soldiers who need medicine, food, and weapons. Until everyone has been taken care of, we can't waste a single coin on pointless celebration. He has a point. What did I do to incur Nerosian's discontent? Let's ask this question. You were too good. You were Clan Canabras. You won the Battle of Dresden. You're a menace to the whirlwind. Your authority grows, and the influence of the Queen's confidant diminishes. This creates the impression that there's only enough space for you at the top. The members of the Royal Council are afraid that you will muscle them out of the political arena altogether. Most likely. After all, if you're doing so well, maybe Her Majesty doesn't need them that much. Therefore, they might try to discredit you, impede your war effort, reduce the scale of your victories, make some concessions, and they'll see what you're open to negotiations. I already heard their opinions. Socio, invite the High Priest. That's Darren, organize a parade in my honor. That's an option. Spend the funds we have to help those in need is more important than any parade. That is true. He's not vain. And Lan made an important point. Will this just repeat what they said? Lan, do you think ignoring the capital's worry is a good idea? And what are they going to do about it? We're the ones protecting them from the demons, not the other way around. Having loyalties from the capital is great, but there are more important things, like having the loyalty of our own soldiers. When the demons come, what will we do? Shake our fists and say we got powerful friends in the roast? That's funny. Let's hear it, Darren. There's a fine line between taunting and setting boundaries, and between showing respect and putting on a collar, mind you. I'm not suggesting anything treasonous or disrespectful. A parade in honor of the true hero of Dresden and Tenebris. What could be more natural than that? Besides, a healthy amount of disobedience guarantees that people won't pester you with lectures and nonsense as often. A dozen tutors responsible for my upbringing can attest to that. He has a point. Everything is clear. I do like Darren's option, but Darren's option is something more Azric's would do, and Varionel would do it too. But Land has a point with helping with military and helping with soldier morale, so we're gonna do it. A moment, Commander. I understand that you're used to being the highest authority in all matters, but political decisions are an exception. I'm a professional in this field. You are not. I hate when people say, I'm good at this, you're not, I should do everything, blah, 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 blah. By ignoring my recommendation, you are not only deliberately seeking conflict with the capital, but disregarding common sense as well. I urge you to reconsider. She says I don't have common sense? You think you have the right to talk back to me? You've invited my companions to the diplomatic council, and now you refuse to listen to their... The needs of my soldiers are more important than the whims of your bureaucrats from the capital. A persuasive speech. Well, very well. I've changed my mind. We'll call it. That's a lie. I think this one, because she went a little bit too out of line. She has a little bite to her. We need to put her in her place. This is important too. And maybe this will be a Erlis option. Erlis will say this. You think you have the right? She shrugs disarmingly. I do hope you'll forgive me this little revolt. I'm merely doing my job by trying to satisfy my superiors from the capital, who are incidentally your superiors as well. So you do have a higher power. No. I'm the one in control here. You have invited my companions to the diplomatic council, and now you refuse to listen to their opinions. I'm simply suggesting that you give your companions time to find their feet in the council and to grasp the principles of being a diplomat. Also, if they weren't on the council, your decisions could be mistaken for the decrees of a tyrant, and that is definitely not the public image you need. Ah, now I understand the role that I've been given, Lady Konomi. I'm supposed to stand in a pretty doublet and keep my mouth shut. I can promise you the former, but not the latter. The needs of my soldiers are more important than the whims of your bureaucrats from the capital. Lady Konomi's voice hardens. I cannot challenge your decision. However, I have no choice but to inform the capital that you have disregarded my recommendations. Actions like these are precisely what gave Nerosian cause for concern, Commander. Hope you will revise this defiant stance in the future. Maybe, maybe not. That's right. And everyone who's unhappy with our actions can go ahead and leave their mansions in Nerosian and come here to tell us so in person. And if something happens to them along the way, we'll have just enough money to stitch their arms and legs back on. And with that, you can bring this meeting of the diplomatic council is to I like Lan. See, the characters in here are more vibrant, I love it. I love it. They're more distinctive. Council to a close. It is unfortunate that things were so tense, but I'm sure we'll soon have many more opportunities to resolve any more misunderstandings between us. Maybe. Dorgalinda Stranglehold. Hail, Commander. A middle-aged dwarf who has clearly seen some combat salutes you with one barely moving bone-dry hand. On her face are huge, scarred claw marks. A black eye patch covers one eye, but she is watching you with the other, intent and somber. Dorgalinda Stranglehold, chair of the Logistic Council, at your service. We've got ourselves an ugly situation that requires your decision. Hopefully this council will benefit from my vast experience surviving with gear that consists of rocks and sticks, and where any dinner that's not squirming on our plate is considered a feast. All in all, kind of like our crusade. I won't lie to you, our logistics are a mess. We need more of everything, and what we do have is in disarray. Crates of provisions are rotting away in storehouses because some idiot quartermaster spilled beer on the papers, and fools are not the worst problem. There's also theft. Some officers grease palms to get a helmet with a stylish plumage or a fancy blade from Nerosian. Meanwhile, that means that ordinary soldiers are being armed with barely more than kitchen knives, hammer and tone. It's time to give the entire logistics staff the bum's rush. The question is, where do we find capable and honest people to replace them? Let's get some veterans on the job, people who've had their fill of the front lines and who know firsthand what life is like for a common soldier, what the rations taste like, and how the boots are always the wrong size. Lan gives such good practical advice. My suggestion is to call some experienced and well-connected supply officers from Nerosian. Let them leave their cushy jobs in Mendev and work up a sweat for the good of Crusade. That's going to be the more... That's more Serafina, I think, doing something that is more... It's not... I'm not going to say it's petty, but it's not as practical as Lan's suggestion. I have questions for the council. Let's discuss our options in more detail. Dorgalinda, what are the council's responsibilities? The Logistics Council deals with all matters relating to supplying the army. Most issues will be trivial and undeserving of your attention. However, from time to time, serious decisions will need to be made, and that's when I'll convene. Choice effects. Land. Our new quartermasters will be veterans. Dorgalinda, recruit those with connections in the capital as quartermasters. Equipment from the state. Only the essentials. I have questions for the council. Land, how can you be of use to this council? Dorgalinda, why were you assigned to it? I understand. Let's discuss our options in more detail. Dorgalinda, your opinion? There are some great workers in Mendev who have been sitting at home for way too long. Let the Queen send them to us. Instead of counting buttons for the frock coats of Nerosian royal guards, let them sort out our supplies, and they'll already have connections in Nerosian. In our tribe, we believe that the hunter's gear should be entrusted to the most seasoned hunter, to those who stalk the prey themselves and learned the price of mistake in outfitting, an old bowstring, a dull spear, a tattered cloak the hard way. I think that's how it should be in the army. Whoever is responsible for supplies must know war firsthand. They must have dragged themselves through the mud of the battlefield, seen with their own eyes how how a rotted strap or a boot one size too large can lead us to a soldier's death. They must have eaten their share of rotten cabbages and seen carts of horseshoes and pots pull up at their position instead of ammunition because of some clerical error. Assign new quartermasters from the veterans like Dorgalinda here. I bet they won't steal, and they won't let anyone else steal either. I like it. I like it. Veterans know what's what. They won't do their comrades wrong. They'll see that they're always fed, healthy, and warm. Then it's decided, no matter what our new quartermasters are like, there's no possible way they can be worse than what we have now. The results will be reported to you, and if anything else comes up, I'll call the council right away. Okay. Those were some nice, good decisions. We're going to have to take Alpha Squad to deal with the dragon because the dragon's too strong for everyone else. Everyone else is just... they're not Alpha Squad. So we have others. We have a ziggurat to build, but we need material points. So I do not know. Okay, we can buy resources. Material points. Oh, we need 150. Oh, and I can buy that. 162. Let's buy resources because I want to build the ziggurat. Lich Zacharias demands a ziggurat. Let's go ahead and we get no material points per day. We get energy points per day, which is good. We need that. We get finance points per day. That's good. Studying the Sword of Valor. Another decree. We'll do that later. Relics. The Fate of Soulshire. I'm definitely going to do this one. That way, since Soulshire is the weapon I'm using right now. Okay, so now I'm going to sleep, get some equipment, sell some equipment, get ready to take Alpha Squad to kill this dragon. Okay, this is what happens when I rest. Dreams have puzzled the minds of mortals since ancient times. Strangely, the most obvious explanation of the mystery of dreams has appeared quite recently. The most obvious, but obviously wrong one, is that dreams are but the delirium of a tired mind as it digests the day's events. Ancient humans were much smarter when they thought dreams were messages of good patrons, or the opposite, the interventions of demonic powers. In this case, both hypotheses are correct, illogical as that may be. The commander is asleep. In his anxious dreams, he sees blood-stained stones, smoking torches, rusty chains and bars. Once again, he is in the dungeons of Dresden, chained in a cell. Huge demons lumber around, clawing at the filthy walls with a horrifying sound. Death in their fanged jaws seem imminent, but more painful still is the expectation of tortures that never begin. Unable to move, barely conscious, in a horrible semi-delirium, the commander whispers words. No. Silent waits for whatever will happen next. That's Varionel. Azric would have just cursed Seraphina. She's not that religious. The silence, broken only by the sound of rough claws against rusty bars, weighs on the mind like a boulder. The fever of endless expectation is broken by a whisper, a gentle breath of fresh air in the stifling darkness. The ruby eyes of a demoness peer at the commander through the bars. She is similar to the other creatures of the abyss, but also entirely dissimilar. Remember me? I am Arushale. You gave me the gift of freedom, now I will set you free. The chains holding the commander's body crumble to dust. The dark visitor takes a step toward him, passing through the bars as easily as if they were made of paper, and holds out her hand. Fly with me. In response, the commander can only mumble, I've been expecting you. Not really, but let's put on this show. And I have come. The dungeon disappears. Now the demoness and the commander are flying over a moonlit plain. Enemies are hunting you, demons that have somehow acquired unusual powers that are unprecedented among common demons. You're also hunting them. You are trying to figure out who is sending them and where the source of their power lies. I will show you where to find the answer. A finger with a manicured claw points down to a cliff top, where stands an ancient fortress slowly crumbling to dust. A bell without a tongue, an insane crone, make it speak once more, and she won't be able to keep her silence either. She will give you all the answers. Wake up and try to understand what happened in a dream. We need to go to Green Date. Okay. The images fade away. The commander opens his eyes and whispers the word, unknown alien brought by the passing dream. Green Gates, the name of the fortress. The demon nest is to be relieved. What a curious notion. There is a deranged crone hiding where who knows where the demons with these unheard of abilities are coming from. It will be intriguing to learn who this crone is, what she knows, and whatever this dream is but a trick to lure the commander into another trap. But we cannot find out without visiting a place from the dream. Okay, so now we'll rest and then we'll move towards our goal. Okay, this dragon comes at us again, but as soon as we fatigued, that's when the dragon comes. Oh, and then there's a glitch in the system too. Okay, we can fight now. Oh, snap. And then it gets a turn as soon as this is crazy. Charge. Of course it's blocked. Fight it. Did we survive the fire? Seraphina's at 0. Okay, luckily I had that. I did boost them with false grace, so we were able to at least survive that attack. So that's good. So now I'm not gonna haste us. I'm gonna wait until Darren heals everyone, so that's gonna help out. But for now, I'm just gonna summon, because we're gonna rest anyway, so I'm gonna summon a fallen just to help us out. It's not supposed to do anything crazy. Okay. I wonder if I can heal. He can't move. Channel positive energy, yeah. I'll just channel positive energy to all of them. This dragon doesn't understand. I'm not gonna go in there for right now, and I'm not gonna buff either. I'm just gonna animal growth. Luckily that was close enough. And Azrix is, I'm gonna separate ourselves. Okay. Okay, I can still haste. 5-foot step. Haste the party right here. I'm not gonna go up there because they're gonna do another dragon whatever, and I'm not gonna risk it. Luna needs that ability to do damage. What though? That's way too much damage. It has AC 40. I wonder if we can debuff it. Power from Death is a good ability that could be useful. Its spell resistance is ridiculous. 30 spell resistance. It's kind of high. It is kind of high. And then its saving throws are kind of high too. Fortitude and Will, the two that we need. So that's going to be dangerous. But let's try it. Saving throw. Its saving throw succeeded. The concealment is a problem, so we're probably going to have to get the concealment out the way. I do need to focus on healing too, but I don't think healing's actually going to work against this thing. Let's do prayer. Hopefully reduce its saving throws. Animal growth. I'm going to heal after this anyway. Let's add the all-powerful judgments. Fast healing on judgment. Justice as well. And why not? Magic Fang Greater. I'll kill you another time when you have a little more meat on your bones. Okay, no one completely died that time. So I'm going to use this opportunity to heal everyone. I don't think the skeleton is getting the healed. And just, definitely the heal. Oh, we're gonna rest anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Because they are fatigued. We are getting close to the dragon's lair, so we'll hopefully the next time we come back, we're at the lair. Okay, I'm still gonna slay the dragon, but I finally remembered to showcase this army. This is the undead army, and the undead, we got 600 skeletons and 600 zombies just because we became a lich. I'm thinking it's because we fought a war too, so that's why we got so many to start off with, which is amazing. And they're just so powerful, and I'm going to showcase them in this battle right here as soon as these guys I'm gonna move right here, and then I'm gonna have the zombies take the forefront. This one can go this way, and this one's not blocked, but these are blocked, I think. So I'm just gonna go this way. Okay, good. I need to make sure they didn't. Okay, we just lost a lot of units for the initial, but it's all right because all of these, there are just so many of them. So even though we lost a lot, we can kill minotaurs with one strike, which is just so good. And these minotaurs have a lot of health. Sure, we lost some spearmen. I didn't care about the human army too, because this is my hero who's gonna be all about the undead. I do want to get another hero, but sure, they can kill all these. It's fine. Murder. Hopefully, I think later on we'll be able to get some ghouls, but we'll see. So I lost 182 skeletons. We only got 58 back. We didn't get any of our zombies back, but we got the other ones back, which is okay. It was a level 7 army, so, but we were able to take them out so easily because we got, oh, and we got pieces of the unholy symbol of Rovagog, which is going to be useful, I think. And we get to level up. Bless all units in armor gain +1 bonus to attack for 3 rounds. We're definitely going to get that one. I just wanted to showcase it. Thanks for watching, and then we'll take out that demon army. Okay, it's time for us to slay a dragon. Greyboard meticulously scans the surrounding area and appears pleased with the results. The talon-like hooks of several collapsible spikes protrude from its pack. The dwarf produces a small, tightly wrapped bundle from its pocket, and its pungent smell fills your nostrils. Come over here. This is where we'll set up an ambush for the dragon. Let's light as many fires as we can so she thinks there's a whole caravan staying here overnight. You can be sure she won't resist such easy prey. How do you plan to lure the dragon here? No one cares. Let's get started. The dwarf nods his approval. He is calm and composed as he readies himself for battle, but his eyes shine with excitement. This is going to be a fine ambush. Ah! This is what I was afraid of. That we wouldn't be able to get a proper buff. Okay, so we're supposed to buff before. Luckily we had heroism on. Okay. So now I have to buff again. I used a lot. Heroism cost a lot. I used quite a bit of bull strengths too. Okay, I'll buff and then we'll come back. Okay, we're back. And we're in combat. Devour. We need to pierce through the scales. We have our resist energies and all that stuff. So I'm going to 5-foot step over here. I'm going to animate the dead just to draw her attention. I already cast all my buff spells. I got Vampiric Blade before combat even started. I think all of my vampire spells, let me see, Sense Vitals, Vampiric Bay, Bone Shield, I think the vampiric spells last longer. Probably not. But anyway, I'm going to debuff or buff myself up or debuff her. I have to get closer first. I'm going to 5-foot step. Summon my Baba. Fallen. I don't think I'll let them do the fire attacks first. Corrupted Blood, I still can't get close to it. So, guess summon the Fallen. Fallen gets summoned. Okay, I could go charge it. It got a plus 24 to hit now, because I buffed for all this time. And it's already protected against fire. What an intriguing smell. I'm okay with charging. Okay, we're gonna go this way. Since I don't have to do anything else, I already hasted everyone and buffed. So we're good. We just have to get towards the dragon now. Separate ourselves so even if they do one fiery attack, I can still go after the dragon. Put the animal companions in the front. And Azric in the front too. He's buffed. So I'm gonna let him. We'll rage later. I kind of want to cast a spell, get the plus 20. Got a plus 21 when I rage. It will be crazy because you're gonna do fire breath first. Let's 5-foot step. That way I can cast True Strike and still get my abilities on. Okay, so she still has Judgment, Resiliency, Resistance to Harm, granting damage reduction 1 against evil. This damage reduction increases by 1 for every 5 levels she possesses. So it's only gonna be DR2, kind of useful, better than AC. I think we're gonna get the Justice attack, and it's gonna do so much damage. And its attack doesn't do evil, but it definitely doesn't protect against chaotic. So let's get that going. And then I don't want to get too close to it. I'll just run up to it later. I should have cast a spell too. Let's get right here. I did separate everyone for some reason. This prayer should get everyone inside. Why isn't the Triceratops attacking? This Triceratops is useless. That's the dragon's tail. It's through the ground. Okay. So now I can cast my spells from right here. The first thing I want to do is Eyes of Bodak. Okay. Ferocious attacks Devara. Ferocious Skeletal Champion. Varionel casts Eyes of Bodak. Ability score Drain. It's immune to all those. I'm going to try to do as much damage as possible. He's going to be able to attack once. I got to get past its spell resistance. Damage reduction 15. Ooh, that's busted. Yep. Magic Missile was not able to get past spell. You will regret this. I'll remember you and we will meet again, I promise. What? Well done. The wound is deep, so she'll lose a lot of blood after. What? I buffed. The ground is covered in fresh dragon blood and deep claw marks. The winged silhouette soars high up into the sky, night sky and heads east, doubtless toward her lair. The assassin gives the commander a thumbs up and throws his pack over his shoulder. The ambush was a success. Serious loss of blood, though not fatal, causes the dragon's heart to compensate by contracting more rapidly in order to oxygenate the muscles. This makes it more difficult for her to breathe and weakens her wing capacity. The lack of oxygen then leads to convulsive seizures that force the dragon to descend her for a short rest. It takes her the entire night to travel the distance she could normally cover in a few hours. So what does that mean? Bloody trail. Okay, great. Luckily we have a teleport, so we can teleport. Recovery time 1 day. Commander's party teleports to the target fort. I'm gonna teleport this one. That's gonna take. Do we just not have a teleportation square? Is that what we need to do? Manage. Do we really need to buy a teleportation square? Citadel, hospital, that could be teleportation square circle. Definitely we need to buy one of those. I wish they would have told me. Let's get some more Imperium so we can get that. It's gonna cost 200. Let's get buy resources. Definitely get a teleportation circle. So after we get, I don't think this has the same issue with the connections, so it doesn't matter. I guess they didn't like that, and they realized that it's completely it's unnecessary for the connection thing. For all trainable units and adjoining, oh, they do have it. An arsenal provides a +1 bonus to AC for all trainable units and adjoining building. We got the main archery range, smithy. We got the main barracks. Okay, time to get teleportation circles only here. So that's gonna take some time. However much time that takes. Gonna take 5 days. Okay, I wouldn't have had it anyway, which is fine. It's just gonna take more time. So we're gonna come get closer and fight this dragon. Okay, so the dragon ran away and it came closer to Dresden. So I have to go past Dresden to get to it anyway. And we have some more Crusade stuff to deal with. More visitors, undead, commanders, stuff like that. And here is Anavia coming to talk. Commander, Anavia greets you with a slight nod. I have some information for you. Though what I found out is mostly innocent, it might be a cause for concern. Concern? What do you mean? It's about the well-being of one of your companions. Tell me. Soldiers have been gathering in the graveyard to play cards. We usually turn a blind eye to such things. Though it's against regulations, we let them enjoy themselves as long as they don't cause too much trouble, and that's usually the case. But recently my people have noticed Sociel among them, and the gambling seems to be having an unhealthy effect on him. As you know, I usually keep my nose out of other people's private affairs, with all these spies and cultists. I have too much on my plate as it is, but this time it's about someone you trust with your life, so maybe you should do something about it. This isn't an official report, just a tip-off from a friend. Thank you for the information. Okay. We'll talk to Sociel after we kill the demon dragon. Well, after we kill the dragon. The overwhelming fragrance of roses hit you as soon as you enter the headquarters. Roses occupy every inch of available space, fresh and sweet smelling as if they have just come into bloom. The scene is capped off by Darren, who stands in the center of this rosarium with a single red rose in his hand and an expression of utter innocence on his face. Ah, Varionel Nocturnal, it's so good you dropped by. As you can see, I've been working on a little something, and I'm afraid some of your advisors are less than happy about it. Sure, if by a little something you mean an entire shipment of freshly cut roses, teleported here from some southern country. Erebeth shifts from foot to foot, glaring at the flowers pressing in from all sides. You could have outfitted an entire unit with the money you spent on this. Fortunately, they were my own personal funds, so I spent them as I saw fit. This gloomy citadel needed an injection of beauty. Darren brings his crimson rose to his face and inhales its scent, his eyes never leaving yours. That's none of my business, of course, but I've known you a long time, Darren Arende. This whole thing looks like another scandalous stunt concocted to rile up the Crusaders. If you want to pay court to the commander, don't do it in our headquarters. I, for one, have no problem being courted in our headquarters. Do you have something to say to that, Count? Here, Bear, see that these roses are taken away, Darren. Another stunt like this will not be. Nah, because actually, it's nice to have the scenery. The models could be better. Do you have... A tragic misunderstanding has occurred. Darren pauses while continuing to cast delighted glances at you over his rose. The thing is, I had no intention whatsoever of courting the commander in the romantic sense of this word. It never even crossed my mind. I do not know what led you to such a farcical conclusion. Darren holds the rose with the utmost delicacy, waving it gently from side to side. According to recent research conducted by Absalom scholars, the scent of roses reduces stress and fatigue, refreshes one's thoughts, and stimulates intellectual activity. So I only had the good of the Crusade in mind when I placed these flowers here. My actions were entirely selfless and sincere. Smile at Darren. Either way, it's a wonderful gift. Pluck a petal from the rose in Darren's hands. I can't wait to learn more about the unique properties of roses. It never crossed your mind, you say. Well, in the case, it won't ever cross my mind to fill your bedroom with crates of Crusaders' unwashed unmentionables. Shrug. I couldn't care less about roses. Darren, let's get this straight. I have no romantic interest in you whatsoever, so please stop this non-court. That's funny. Either way, it's a wonderful gift. We'll do a smile. We're not going to pluck a petal. You are a treasure, Varionel Nocturne. I knew you would understand. What is so scandalous about a practical, innocent, and utterly unassuming gift from a friend? He bows. I do believe my work here is done. Till next time, Varionel Nocturne. I'm saving the Arushale romance for Azric, and then I'll base the romances on the characters. And it just makes the most sense that Azric will romance because Azric is a tiefling. Zacharias stares at you coldly. So far you've proven better at managing the crusade than Galfrey. However, since you are now my student, you will require very specialized advice from me. I have news for you, my student. As rumors of a Lord of Death in Mendev began to spread, exiles from the far corners of Avestan started to trickle into Dresden. These exiles are the ones who kept practicing the art of death despite its prohibition. Most of them are criminal scum, but scum can sometimes be useful, no? What would you like to do with them? Will you give them your protection, or will you drive them away after impaling the heads of the unluckiest on spike? Have you decided to serve the Crusade as my advisor, Zacharias? You need a mentor, don't you? I intend to see your transformation to a lich through until the end. It is my only way to freedom, so you need to survive this war and come out on top. What consequences will my decision have? However vile they are, they may come in handy. More necromancers at our side means more obedient undead under our command. Besides, these exiles know how to survive. Their spells and rituals may surprise us yet. Alternatively, you can banish them and proclaim the dark arts to be the privileged domain of your chosen servants, the most talented and loyal of all. This act could inspire the rest to deepen their knowledge. After all, a single ambitious necromancer is more devastating on the battlefield than a dozen dabblers. I like that. Our generals gain the knowledge for the chosen one's feat and learn the siphon time and bone arrow spell. They should crawl back to their holes. Necromancy can only be practiced by conscripted magicians. We are not nurturing the crusade into a gaggle of misfits and freaks. Okay, we won't turn anyone away. All adepts of death magic will enjoy my protection. All undead units gain the occult enchantment feat. All generals learn the bone shield and false grace spells. Oh, okay. Execute these vagabonds and put their heads on spikes. We're not going to do that. It should be the privileged domain. Because we won't turn anyone, we don't need a gaggle of misfits and freaks. I like this one. Even though I do like the idea of getting the occult enchantment just based off of the name. Oh, unit has +1 bonus to attack and AC. That's good. And then bone shield and then false grace is just great. This spell acts like our general learns shield and false grace spells. How would that help? But anyway, we're gonna use that one because I think this is more in line with the character. This is wise. I too chose my servants and students with care. We are done here, student. I leave you now, but expect my return in the future. Great. Okay, so that's enough with Crusade management stuff. The flowers are a nice decoration, so at least there's something filled, and they're not. The models could be better, but now it's time for me to hunt that dragon. Probably rest and then hunt the dragon. No, we don't have to rest and hunt the dragon. The streets, night gamblers. I'll talk to Social later. Probably in the next episode. It looked like we found something interesting. Shades are here. The crescent of the abyss must be informed. What is this? And I have to end up fighting them. And the unfortunate situation is that I'm fatigued. So that's the only bad part about this. Oh, I didn't buff before because I didn't think we were actually going to get in a battle. But we'll let them come to us for now. Let them cast prayer. We can't charge them anyway. The animal companions are not affected per se, so we're all right. Haste. Where are they hitting? Oh, the skeletal. We did use false grace though. Okay. I might charge this one. Well, the archer at least. That's gonna be too many. So I'll kill. We'll just attack this one. We'll let them make their attacks. 25 reduce. Who did they attack? My skeletal marksman? Of course. It's time to use a very powerful ability. I should have Vampiric Blade, but I feel like Eyes of Bodak will be good. I didn't mirror image, which I probably should have, but we're within 30 feet, so I'll make them weaker. I hope that buff was worth it for them. It's not gonna save their lives. Pray. Still gonna 5-foot step this cultist since it's already weakened. Burst of Glory is not gonna help you. Okay, 6 attacks, and I only needed 1. Let's see if I can Hideous Laughter the archer. I probably shouldn't have got too far out there. $70 damage. The last one must have been a critical hit. Okay, no one cares about that one. Get wrecked. Plus 16 to hit. I'm using a quarterstaff, so it's not going to do a lot of damage. Okay. Oh, it got the will saving throw, but it still took a temporary negative level. Ha! Weak sauce. They can't compete. I got Crusader's Edge, Archon's Will. Crushed. Fall down. Get wrecked. Okay, so these were little distractions. I don't know how. I don't know why they're here, but okay, they had some nice magical weapons. And then that one person ran away. So I don't know what this was. what type of environment this was or not. It said there was I saw a person icon. Oh, I guess they got away. Okay, on to the dragon then. Okay, now I'm in the bloody trail. Dark splotches of dry blood are visible on the ground. Its foul, pungent scent awakens the predatory instinct of the hunt. Everything nearby is splattered in blood, as if a battle took place here, or someone slaughtered a herd of goats. Yet this blood belongs to neither human nor goat. Its sulphurous odor indicates that this is the blood of a rare, fire-breathing dragon, injured and exhausted. The fleeing dragon stopped here to rest. The commander decides to make a perception check. Examine the trail to impress the assassin. Ask the assassin for advice. No, because he's not good at perception. The dwarf points confidently to the south. The dragon's lair is hidden somewhere among the mountain gorges. Artisan Tower has been revealed. Ah. Dragon's fate. Dragon hunt. Track down the dragon. The dragon was deeply wounded. As she fled, she left behind a trail of blood that the bounty hunter can use to track her to the lair. The bounty hunter managed to locate the place where the exhausted dragon landed. This is the mythic quest. The ziggurat is being built. Night gamblers. We're going to do these. Well, we can't do this one. But we're going to do this one. Night gamblers first. And then we'll do the Crusade quest. Form the staff council. Order the Crusaders to improve a relic. We did that. Liberate the region. That's something to do. Well, we had them research a relic, but we decided to do nothing with Shoalshire because we didn't want it cleansed, because the cleansed version was trash. We need to build the main stables in Dresden, which is something to look into. I'll probably build that next. I'll probably build it now. I'll probably get it built now, just to have it built. Crescent of the Abyss. Wait for events to fall. We have to wait on that. So we're going to continue the dragon hunt. The bounty hunter managed to locate the place where the exhausted dragon landed. The tracks revealed that after a brief respite, she headed somewhere further south. Okay, let's hunt. The commander and his followers are traversing the mountains trying to track down the female woundworm that has lately been wreaking havoc around Dresden. The dwarf leading the party approaches the edge of the cliff and points down to the ruins of a tower built upon the rock 300 feet below. Its very existence raises a number of questions. Who would dare to build a tower here so close to the demons? Why would they erect it here at the bottom of a canyon? An expert analysis of the tower structure provides the answers. Numerous features in its design indicate that the building dates back to the golden age of the Aslanti Empire. It is several times older than the World Womb, and was originally constructed on top of a mountain, before the Cataclysm changed everything. The tectonic plates shifted, causing the tower to sink to the bottom of a newly formed canyon, and the mountains rose up around it, like the jaws of a predator, ready to snap shut and bury it beneath the rock forever. The ancient ruins have been abandoned for ages, barely visible amidst the steep cliffs. The tower would have remained hidden had the commander's party not discovered it by following the trail of blood. The dwarf signals that it is time to descend. The alpine path leading to the tower soon splits into two directions. On the left is a rocky ledge, dangerously narrow and visibly unstable. On the right is a broad path covered in overgrown brambles and thickets. There are many poisonous plants in these mountains, some of which are so dangerous that merely touching them can lead to numerous adverse reactions. These include, but are not limited to, migraines, disorientation, vomiting, hearing and vision loss, paralysis, and even death. The commander assesses the risks and chooses the steep and dangerous path to the left, chooses the path overgrown with suspicious bushes. Yeah, let's take the steep, because I don't like the migraines, the disorientation, or the paralysis. The commander decides to take the path to the left, which descends steeply down at a dangerous angle. The loose stones along the ledge are treacherous and unstable, and one wrong step could cause a rock slide. This is a task for either a person of outstanding acrobatic talent or someone attentive and cautious. Whoever leads the way will take on the greatest risk. The commander, we choose a character. We make a knowledge check, sends the most careful and intelligent command to lead the way. Okay, let's see what I can do. Statistics show that mountains often prove to be more cunning and cruel than those who seek to conquer them. Even places that seem harmless may in fact prove highly dangerous. However, Varionel Nocturnal does not make a single mistake as he skillfully navigates the most dangerous sections of the path. His allies watch carefully, mirroring his every move, and the party arrives at their destination safe. He is definitely more skilled than Ronnie. The path comes to an abrupt end. A recent rock slide has destroyed this section of the trail, leaving behind only a few footholds for those brave enough to attempt the crossing. The commander's allies hastily tie themselves together with rope, hoping to prevent a fall if anyone loses their footing. The dwarf silently indicates his mountaineering equipment. If they choose to climb down the mountain cliff, they will be able to get back onto the path and avoid the dangers ahead. The commander... Athletics 29. Choose character. Orders the strongest of his companions to lead the party's descent down the sheer cliff. That will be Erlis. Oh, he has athletics too. Choose character. Orders the most agile of his companions to carefully lead the party down the slope. When it comes to numbers, athletics will be the best choice. Oh. Oh no, the party's only halfway through their descent when they hear the sudden crack of splintering stone. The rope instantly goes taut. Seraphina wistfully falls like a stone toward the tower ruins below. Her allies reach out to catch her. No! She's gonna fail this one. And succeed. Unfortunately, Seraphina wistfully clings to her allies, pulling them with her as she plummets through the air. The safety rope grows taut. Each member of the party is dragged over the precipice one after another. Amidst a cacophony of shouts and muffled screams, the commander and her followers hit the ground with a resounding thud. Luckily, the ledge was not high enough for the fall to be fatal, but they cover the rocks around them with spattered blood and torn bits of clothing as they tumble towards the dragon lair. The dwarf leading the party tries desperately to slow his descent with a small axe and curses furiously, punctuating his numerous obscenities with occasional prayers to Norgriber. Is that who he worships? Okay. Hopefully we're not that... Ah, man. You tumble down the rocks toward the dragon amidst a cloud of dust and cascading stones. Your neck descent attracts the attention of both the dragon and her prey, an elderly elf who appears to be her latest victim. Greybor groans as he picks himself up off the stone floor, a dour expression on his face. Well, this is a real mess. Norgriber doesn't favor us today. You again come to finish me off? Was this old dotard a part of your plan to distract me as well? I will devour you whole, and your deaths will be slow and agonizing, you parasites. Oh, it's the storyteller. Why are you here? To your surprise, you recognize the dragon's captive, the storyteller. He points urgently to the dragon. Kill her. Kill her right now. If she starts to breathe fire, everything around here will burn. I definitely want to fight. That's why I came here. The monster lets out a horrendous roar. How dare you injure me? You will pay for the pain you've caused. Now, I thought the dragon would follow us. Oh, dang it. We can't breathe fire. And we're not buffed. So I'm going to move this way. Oh, and we don't have our false grace. I'm going to separate ourselves. Oh, and we're fatigued because we fail. Oh, we're in a bad position. Tower on fire. I must learn more. I don't think we have an option. I'm gonna at least have to. I can't even list a restoration. Okay, let me try to pray. I was just gonna bring him back anyway. Okay, we'll come back. Okay, so it's a good thing that we died. For the sake that we did it. We did the whole quest thing again, the little book thing. We went through the foliage path, which was better because I was able to do a lower nature check, but I still had to descend the cliff. So this time we actually made the roll, and then I just was going to buff and then start it. But this is interesting because I want to point out they are bringing the history. The storyteller decided to tell the dragon a story to use his powers for in exchange for his life, and now he produced a ring, which apparently is Tartuccio's ring. Now look at these foolish idiots who want to become a baron. What a parade of louds. So this was pre-Kingmaker. How I long to take the little journal of hers and shove it, and now they're talking about Lindsay, but Lindsay turned into a book. Continue to wait for the best moment. Good. This night will be long and bloody. The mercenaries will storm the place and kill this useless rabble. Hopefully starting with, pre-Kingmaker. Something precious is sitting in the stolen lands. Oh, Callistria, the stinkpot with a sword, has started flapping her jaws again. The dragon keeps quietly. Finally, she speaks, her voice loud and demanding. How interesting. What happened next? Okay, we're going to move away from the dragon stealthily and buff because I did not buff. Pause. Okay, now we're going to buff. Then we're going to kill the dragon. Okay, we didn't sneak up on the dragon, but we can still... I forgot to buff the final one. I forgot to get the energy buff. That's what I've... The most important of all the buffs I didn't use. This is going to be quite unfortunate. Still going to try to attack it over here. Rage, lethal stance. Okay, and then I'm going to move over here so I don't have to suffer. Depending on where it goes, where it decides to fire at. Okay, so it decided to use it against that. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna first do the resist energy, but first I'm gonna move. So that way I can hopefully affect. That's gonna affect. I think it's gonna affect everyone. Maybe. Let me move a little bit closer this way. And then resist fire energy. Okay, great. Luna. Okay. And I might not have animal growth either. I should have animal growth. Okay, yeah, animal growth's active. So now we're going to justice. I don't think the AC is going to work. Damage reduction. Only can break it through to chaotic. And I think we're ready. Okay, good damage, good damage. Oh man, I wish I could have read that. I'm gonna repurpose the dragon. I could summon my Fallen, but I'm not going to summon the Fallen yet. I'm going to cast Repurpose on it. Okay, everyone's blessed. Now we just need to pray. Okay. Die, dragon. We missed. We hit that one. Oh, I need to obstruct the magic. Oh no. Ah, if he dies, we have to reload the game. Okay, I'm gonna cast displacement on him. We'll come back. Okay, now we're back with the battle. And we failed to sneak up on it, so yeah, unfortunate. I'm gonna have to pray because I'm not close enough to bless everyone. Okay, time to use my Eyes of Bodak ability. Hopefully give this thing temporary negative levels. Rage and lethal stance. Three attacks. Good, good, good. Once I'm finished with you, I'll pay a visit to your pathetic little town. Then die. Burn. Sneak attack for the win. Unfortunately, I do not have a Dispel Magic. I do have a Dispel Magic Scroll. Spell Magic is caster level 5. I don't think that's going to be able to do the trick. And I can't hit it with a 40. Probably my Magic Missile might be able to get through if I keep on spamming it. None of them worked. Okay, now I can bless everyone. I want to repurpose because I don't think I have. I did take the Spell Magic Greater, but I think the only thing that's on it is displacement. But yeah, we're still gonna try to get away from it. Ah, I just failed. I would have been better off casting a repurpose on it. But I only get the dragon for this one opportunity. 64 damage that time. I'm gonna have to cast resist energy again. We still got protection from. Attack. Good. I can probably move this way. Get wrecked. All those hits. Get wrecked. Okay. We'll do. I gotta get closer. Resist energy, fire. I still have some movement. It's gonna take a lot to get right. And I'm not trying to get right here. Okay, perfect. That wall was in the way, like always. Fire. I'm gonna be missing one. And I need to make sure I actually. Ah, man. Okay, so we need a fleeting glance so we don't draw an attack of opportunities. Perfect. Okay, Darren's up. I'm gonna use this opportunity to channel positive energy. Okay. And I will use this opportunity to repurpose. Now get wrecked. I'm lucky we healed. It's gonna keep... Get off me, you Val parasites. Get repurposed. Don't fly away, I repurposed you. Don't let the dragon get off the ground, she'll set everything on fire. Channel positive energy, and then I'm going to mastery of flesh. Okay, let's go. Kill the dragon in our lair and inform Eredith of the victory. Is the dragon dead? Was it the repurpose spell? Greyboy looks with satisfaction at the surrounding carnage. That's a job well done. You can use her head to decorate your tent. I'm going back to Dresden. It's been a pleasure working with you. I think we should continue working together. You already have my mythic ability. I'm ready to offer you my services. Oh, he's talking. Give him 25,000 gold pieces. Give him 20. I think your services are worth more than that, so I'm willing to double. Huh. Perhaps you'll like to join on account of your conscience.
My next client will pay me if I work free of charge. It would cheapen the value of my services.
We'll pay him the gold.
From now on, you no longer need to worry about someone making an attempt on your life. If anyone tries, I'll send them straight to their grave.
Only because he has the ability. Okay, we used repurpose, so it died. So it's just gonna walk around until we need it. Good. I'm curious. Nah, we're just gonna loot. Okay. Job well done. Now we since we're here, I'll talk to the storyteller because we have to talk to the storyteller about some things. Please search the bookshelves. Bring me anything written in ancient elven runes. Okay, so I guess we'll handle that later. So that should be the end of this episode. Because right now I'm just going to search the bookshelves for lore reasons and loot reasons. I don't know exactly what that is. Knowledge Arcana. I think I can handle that. Though this magic trap is now old and dysfunctional, after centuries of disuse it will once again irreversibly blinded any thief who gazed upon it. Knowledge Arcana. I think we still have the Good Hope that gives us a bonus to skill check. The inscription once contained a spell of warning. When an intruder appeared, it would let out a chilling howl to raise the alarm. Fortunately, the enchantment has worn off with the passage of time. Okay. These are bracers that are unidentified. Identifies bracers of abrupt +5 competence bonus to trickery skill check. Whenever the wearer makes a sneak attack, it deals additional 1d6 bludgeoning damage. That is useful. I just need to know who I'm going to give it to. The dragon is still following me around, and I think I found the inscriptions for the storyteller. Splendid. Have you found what I asked you? Let's get out of this place as soon as possible. All the smoke makes it difficult to breathe. Okay, so I'll talk to him in the next episode. So thanks for watching.